I'm Pia and you're watching Newsx. Now, Mumbai is voting for its 227 wards to elect corporators who will steer the destiny of the country's richest civic body that boasts an annual budget exceeding rupees 74,000 crore, larger than many state economies. Polling is underway from 7:30 a.m. and will conclude at 5:30 p.m. with over 1.03 crore eligible voters deciding the fate of around 1,700 candidates in a high-stakes contest. Now, this election is a direct showdown between the Mahayuti alliance comprising the BJP, Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena and the Ajit Pawar-led NCP. And on the other side is the united Thackeray brothers front of Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena UBT and Raj Thackeray's MNS. This is a rare family reunion on one side which aims to reclaim the legacy of Bal Thackeray and counter the ruling alliance's push, with both fronts fiercely campaigning on Marathi pride, women's welfare, infrastructure, pothole-free roads, water supply, best concessions, property tax relief and a cleaner, corruption-free Mumbai. With that said, let's take a look at the voter turnout for the day, what the past election results have been and who exactly are the key contenders in this high-stakes showdown. I'm heading over to the video wall. First up, what have the voter turnouts been like in the 2026 BMC elections? As of 9:30 a.m., the State Election Commission had released the first set of voting data. The voter turnout stood at 6.98%. Just about 2 hours later, as of 11:30 a.m., it stood at 17.73%. Then skip another 2 hours, as of 1:30 p.m. it was at 29.96%, and now as of 3:30 p.m. it stands at 41.08%. So a sizable chunk of the people in Mumbai have come out to cast their ballot. Let's also take a look at some of the suburbs that have recorded the highest voter turnout. It's been recorded in the eastern suburbs at 41.08%, and the lowest voter turnout has been in South Mumbai at 11.24%. This is according to the State Election Commission. On that note, let's also take a look at how the past BMC elections have panned out. As of 2017, the last election that was held, the voter turnout was 55%. The Shiv Sena bagged 84 seats, BJP bagged 82, and the Congress was at 31. The Shiv Sena had formed the administration with the BJP's support. Further back in 2012, the voter turnout was 44.75%. Shiv Sena bagged 75 seats and BJP got 31 seats. The Shiv Sena, of course, retained control back then as well. Further before, in 2007, the voter turnout was at 46.1%. Shiv Sena ended up winning 84 seats. BJP won 28. Of course, you can see the Shiv Sena's dominance as far as the BMC elections are concerned. Meanwhile, further back in 2002, the voter turnout was 42.1% again. Shiv Sena bagged 97 seats, BJP bagged 35. This is one of the strongest performances by the Shiv Sena in recent decades. But that's not all. All the way back in 1997, the voter turnout was 44.2%. Shiv Sena ended up securing 103 seats back then. BJP was at 26. Of course, this marks the peak of the undivided Shiv Sena's hold on Mumbai's civic body. Let's also move on to some of the key candidates to look out for. First up is Kishori Pednekar of Shiv Sena UBT, associated with Ward 193, Khar Santa Cruz. Pednekar is the former mayor of Mumbai and a prominent face in civic politics, one of the key candidates to look out for in this elections. Secondly is Tejaswi Gosalkar from the Bharatiya Janata Party, who's contesting from Ward 179 in Bandra West. Tejaswi Gosalkar was the first name in the BJP's candidate list. Of course, that importance has been accorded because she's one of the prominent faces. Another key BJP candidate is Ravi Raja, who's contesting from Ward 205, that is Goregaon West. Ravi Raja is a senior BJP leader with previous experience in the BMC as well. Apart from this, the fourth name that figures rather prominently in the big candidates who are contesting is Harshvardhan Sabkal of the Indian National Congress, who's contesting from Ward 214, that is Andheri East. Sabkal represents the Congress's MVA challenge in the suburbs in particular, which of course holds the key vote bank. Another candidate, that's the fifth big face, is Rahul Shewale of Shiv Sena Shinde faction, who's contesting from Ward 224, that is Mulund East. This, of course, is one of the biggest faces of the Mahayuti contest in northeast Mumbai. That, of course, wraps up a key rundown of what we've been seeing over the last few weeks. Remember, campaigning has taken place in a high-octane manner as well. Meanwhile, I'm being joined by a panel of guests, Raj Lakshmi Joshi, political analyst, and advocate Manasvi Thapar. Thank you to both our panelists for taking our time and sitting with us. Voter turnout stands at about 41% as of 3:30 p.m. This is data that has been put in by the State Election Commission. I'd like to rope in Ms. Raj Lakshmi Joshi into the discussion first, ma'am. What are you gauging from what's happening on the ground? What are some of the key issues over which people are going out and inking their finger? What do the people of Mumbai aspire for?
Hello, and yes, I have very proudly voted, and so I'm a proud voter in these municipal corporations. So, to tell you the truth, today there are elections in 29 municipal corporations all over Maharashtra. So, all the major cities of Maharashtra, they're voting for the municipal corporations. So, this election is a crucial one again because these are all concerning civic issues. Now, most of the times people are a little confused about what exactly are the issues that need to be taken up. So there is a lot of confusion all around. So now, but I think that the voters have become extremely smart. So they know that most of the time, even though there may be a national face or a state face, but in spite of that, they also look at the local candidate, the people who are going to be affecting them the most. So that is how they have been looking at it. But at the same time, the chief minister's face does matter. The prime minister's face does matter. They do have an impact because to give you an example, say in my area, it will be a triple engine sarkar if the Mahayuti candidate wins, because then you have the prime minister of the BJP, the chief minister of the BJP, and then here if you have a mayor of the BJP, of the Mahayuti, then again, that becomes a triple engine sarkar. So then it becomes easier for the administration also to make sure that some of their policies and their schemes and all their initiatives reaches to the end user. Now here the major focus of most people is about obviously the roads, the civic infrastructure, like in a lot of areas, especially in Mumbai, in Pune, in Thane, in Navi Mumbai, the biggest problem that most people face is that there are too many vehicles on the road. So you have a lot of crunch of parking, etc. So then even of the roads, the congestion, and say maybe public transport. So all of these issues, they come into play during this time. Now, unfortunately, some political parties, like for example, the UBT and the MNS, they have been focusing on the Marathi Asmita, which the BJP also has been constantly, everyone is aware that the Marathi Asmita and say maybe the Hindutva, all of this is something that the BJP has always been taking care of. So I don't think that that is a very big plank or a very smart plank for the UBT or the MNS to be playing upon. So because very frankly, they seem to have swayed a lot against these very principles that they are talking about today. So when they start talking about how, say, maybe the development that was supposed to have been given to Mumbai has gone away to Gujarat, I think that the people are smarter than to understand that. And another thing is that Mumbai is a cosmopolitan city. So there are people from all different states here. And also, people from Mumbai also travel to other states. So obviously, there is a mix of the population. And the UBT and the MNS seem to be focused on only getting the votes from the Mumbai, from the Marathi speaking people, and also from a section of the Muslim population. So they probably think that, like in the previous election, some of the Muslim population will be voting for them in large numbers. But then this time around, what is happening is when it comes to the MNS, it doesn't have much favor with the Muslim population. And also, again, last time round, they were in alliance with the Congress and the NCP. This time round, that is not happening. So then those vote shares will definitely not come to the UBT and the MNS. So that is very dicey this time. And also, a huge number of the previous corporators of the UBT have gone away with Mr. Eknath Shinde. So again, all of that. So these local corporators, they do have a lot of goodwill among the people, because then they have been there. They are ground workers. These are not the top leaders of the state. These are the ground workers who are constantly in touch with the population. So then obviously, if a large number of them are already with Mr. Eknath Shinde, I'm talking about from the Uddhav Sena. So since after this is the first time there is a municipal corporation election, especially in BMC and in the rest of Maharashtra, after the split in the Shiv Sena. So this is definitely going to impact. But I think that this flank that UBT and Shiv Sena have picked, talking about the Marathi Asmita, I think that is not going to find much favor, because the people have found that already with the BJP, because the BJP, like Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, has been doing a lot for, like, he has been taking the Marathi language all across the country and even internationally. So then that actually, I think, is more sensible than slapping people on the road for not being able to speak in Marathi. I think that only pushes people away.
All right, I'd like to rope in Advocate Manasvi Thapar into the discussion over here. As Rajlakshmi Joshi pointed out, these polls, they've been delayed by 4 years. And I was relaying the past data as well. We could clearly see a Shiv Sena dominance in the previous BMC elections, but that was an undivided Shiv Sena. Now, of course, the scenario has changed. It's Mahayuti versus the Thackeray brothers. How do you see this panning out?
I think we have to understand that Mumbai is the financial engine of our country, and if municipal governance is delayed or polluted by process lapses since 4 years, it is only after the Supreme Court came in and gave a deadline that you have to conduct the local body elections by 31st January 2026. Before that, since last 4 years, no action was done by anyone. So that is something which was concerning, and it is only after Supreme Court's mandate and the ruling of the Supreme Court that BJP or Mahayuti came into force and declared the election, and finally election is happening. And what is more interesting is that BMC is the richest civic body of our country and also of Asia. So they have expenditure value of around 75,000 crores, which is the largest, which would be like a state budget for most of the states. So this is there. So it's a powerhouse. BMC is bigger. The kind of voters they have is equivalent to Delhi voters. So they are equivalent to lots of states. They are equivalent to lots of. The budget is equivalent to lots of states. So and since last 4 years, since March 2022, it was run by the commissioner, the administrator. So that is not how the federal structure or a democratic structure of any local body or a state body should function. So this is something which went heavy. Which would go heavily against the BJP, because they are in power and it was their duty to make sure the law and order is properly intact, and elections and timely elections should have taken place. And now what comes to the mind would be the political question. The political question is Thackeray brothers versus the Mahayuti and predominantly the BJP. So who's going to win? As per the arithmetics would say, Uddhav Thackeray and MNS does not have a large voter bank apart from Shiv Sena. So it was Shiv Sena in 2017 which had a 28% vote bank, and MNS at that particular time had 8% vote bank. Together they would have been the largest Gathbandhan, but they were not together then. And now MNS would have its own vote bank, which would be less than 10%. It would be around 7 to 8% even right now. So Uddhav Thackeray with its own Karyakarta, with its own vote bank, how much can he pull away? Because they don't have the symbol, they don't have the candidates, the candidates which people connect with. They would have all those candidates which are new to them. So the only pulling factor for BMC would have been Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray, but that combination is a survival combination. And contrary to that is BJP, which is the largest political party of our country, which has the largest number of karyakartas of our country, which is the most richest political party of our country. So they have funds, they have karyakartas, they have people who are there. So it's a well-oiled machinery. So that versus Uddhav Thackeray, Raj Thackeray together versus the BJP, no one can match that kind of momentum, that kind of empire in politics, which BJP already has. You can't drain BJP in social media. You can't drain BJP in print media because they are heavily funded. You can't drain BJP with the kind of karyakartas they have. Why would they have these kind of karyakartas? Is because they have a stability in center, they have stability in state, they have a leadership, be it at Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And apart from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they have a very well made up system since last 10, 11 years. That system is working well for BJP. So these are the things which is a juggernaut you have to counter for BMC. So they don't have funding. Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray does not have that funding. MNS have never come in power. They don't have that kind of response. So it's a struggle for them to fight with such a big force. But they have the brand name of being Thackerays.
Yes.
They have this identity of Marathi Manus. They want that leadership, that Marathi leadership should come in front. And the kind of division which BJP has done in the Shiv Sena, and the past record of BJP is also such, be it in Punjab, be it in anywhere, be it in Jammu Kashmir, be it in Maharashtra, wherever BJP comes in alliance with any political party, it makes sure that either that political party joins completely with BJP or that political party is divided into 2 or 3. So this has been the pattern since last 12 years. So this is nothing new for the BJP. But in Maharashtra, there is a central figure. I would not say that is Uddhav Thackeray or Raj Thackeray. They're central figure. They may not be the largest figures or vote gatherers, but they're central figure in the politics of Maharashtra. People somehow connect with them. People somehow know that they have in the past, the father of Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray have stood for Marathi people. We may debate on Bal Thackeray's, Bala Saheb's conduct, or we may debate on Raj Thackeray's conduct or the way of governance, but people of Maharashtra connect with them. And this kind of connect, the central connect, is not there with any political leader as of now. But this connect can convert. How much can that be converted into votes is something which we'll only come to know after today. Tomorrow we'll come to know when the results are out. But one thing is very sure, the election momentum is there. People are voting, not in the highest numbers, but in heavy numbers, I would say. By the end of the day, I would say this would cross, it would be a better than the previous election. This would cross around 50% of vote share would be, voting percentage should be there. And that's a huge, for a municipal election to happen, this kind of a voting percentage is a huge. And it is very important for BJP also to win. But more importantly, it is a do or die situation for the Thackeray brothers. If they don't win this, I would believe that the political career of Thackeray brothers would somehow be completely in the last neck of things. It would be completely in the decline, death political idea of things, because people would then lose complete connect with the Thackerays. If they don't win, not only winning it, they have to come with the mayor position. Only then that win is considerable. Because BMC itself is a very well-oiled, largest municipal corporation, having lots of funds, and it is itself a state in itself. So winning for them is very important. But BJP, knowing BJP and the kind of hustle they have done, the kind of groundwork which they have done in the last 15-20 days, I don't think that it's any political party could match up that kind of juggernaut. I feel it's a great election. Apart from the arithmetics and the statistics, we'll come to know tomorrow. But I think it's a very interesting, it's a great election. It's a survival battle. It's a battle of Mahayuti versus the Thackerays. And it's very interesting. This kind of battle have not happened people of Maharashtra have been wanting the Thackeray's to come along together, because one is someone who speaks like Bala Saheb, one is someone who has that aura like Bala Saheb, and people connected with Bala Saheb. And
Indeed.
other is one who has been a chief minister, who has been betrayed by the BJP, by his own members. So there is a sympathy factor also. But will all these things convert into vote is something which we have to see.
Watch out for. Absolutely. I request both guests